We're at the SIG Sauer Academy and we're taking a look at SIG's two new suppressors. They've got the SLX, which is the SIG Low-toxicity suppressor, and then they've got the SLH, which is the SIG Low-toxicity Hybrid suppressor. Now this is SIG's new SLX, the low-toxicity suppressor. This is the model that SIG developed for the next generation weapons program that's underway with the military, and it's available in a few different configurations, right? They've got their new clutch lock system here, it's a QD system, and then they've got the direct thread, and then they've got the 5.2 inch length suppressor and the 7.5 inch length suppressor. Now, they're available with 5.56 millimeter and 7.62 millimeter bores. And the method of manufacture is really unique. It's the metal direct laser sintering, and it's, in layman's terms, that's 3D printing. And it's a low pressure, low back pressure flow-through design. And the reason why is because, you know, the military has really identified the need to have suppressors that don't push a bunch of toxic fumes out the ejection port and into the shooter's face, where you can inhale them, and there's some long-term health effects that are really negative, and the military's like, hey, look, we can't do that anymore. I'll tell you that the SLX dominates in having that low toxicity, no back pressure design, and it will give you about a 70 to 80% reduction over a traditional suppressor, you know, with K baffles that we've been using for over 100 years now. SIG built, you know, the fixture that they use to measure that 70 to 80% reduction. It's the same device that's used by Crane, that's used by the military, so it's not just some arbitrary figures they kind of pulled out of thin air. Those are vetted numbers and using standardized testing. So the SLX really dominates in minimizing that back pressure to the shooter. If you were to take a look at this can and you cross-section it, what you would see is just flow paths everywhere. You would see a highly unorthodox design inside the suppressor, and that's all just to minimize the amount of garbage coming back at the shooter. It's the problem historically with flow-through suppressors is you get pretty big signature off the front, right? Because as all that hot gas moves through the can, it grabs little pieces of metal, sets them on fire, blasts them out the front, and when you're trying to be sneaky, especially under night vision, it looks like a big fireball coming out the end of your suppressor, so that's no bueno. Well, SIG is the company that figured out how to minimize and completely get rid of that flash out the front, give a 70 to 80% reduction in stuff coming back at the shooter while giving good sound suppression. Now, you decibel chasers, you know, don't have numbers on these. Those change with environmental conditions anyway, but this will give you good sound suppression. But if you want a super quiet suppressor, this is not the suppressor for that. This is the one that gives you no back pressure, gives you no signature out the front, and gives you enough sound reduction that you're not blowing your eardrums out while you're shooting your rifle. The suppressor has won a lot of military contracts already. I mean, I've got friends of mine that are still in SOCOM, and this is the suppressor that SOCOM has recently chosen for one of their more elite units. This is the warfighter suppressor. This is Inconel, this is super durable, and this is designed for that high volume, really rugged can that you need with a really difficult firing schedule. Now the SLH, the hybrid can, is a little bit different. This one is available in the 7.5 inch length and the 8.9 inch length, and it's available in a couple of different, this one's available, only in 7.62 millimeter bore diameter, but it's available in either Inconel construction or titanium construction. So once again, the Inconel is going to be more durable. If you're going to beat on your suppressor, you want to use Inconel. If you're worried about point of impact shift, you want a lighter suppressor, then you get the titanium. The problem is if you wear on titanium and you really push it hard, once it gets above 800 degrees, titanium starts to move around. So the hybrid can, in my mind, is more of you got a precision AR-10, you got 6.5 Creed, something like that. You want to minimize gas coming back to your face. It's good for that. It will give you more aggressive sound suppression than the SLX, and once again, it gets rid of that signature coming out the front of the can that's historically been a problem with flow-through suppressors. Now, if you cross-section the SLH, what you would see is a traditional baffle stack that runs down the middle, but you would see a lot of those really unorthodox gas flow patterns running around the outside of that baffle stack. So it really is a hybrid can of borrowing that old school baffle design to minimize sound, to maximize sound reduction, while still giving you a 50% reduction in particulate matter that's coming back to the shooter. So, you know, if you've ever had a precision AR and you've done a lot of shooting with it and you're like, man, I start choking about 4 or 5 rounds into it, the SLH is a fantastic choice for that. It's also a great choice if you've got like an MCX or an AR and you're shooting subsonic and supersonic. You need a little bit more back pressure when you're shooting a lot of subsonic rounds to cycle the action on a semi-automatic rifle. So if you want the advantages of flow-through, you shoot a lot of subsonic, you need a little bit of pressure to make the gun work, the SLH is also an excellent choice from that. I'd like to thank SIG for sponsoring this video, and if you'd like to know more about the SLX and the SLH, you can go to sigsauer.com.